ngoja tumalize kitu ni nome metufunga mkono kapi hainisaidii nini akusaidii wewe inatudisha nyuma bala tusonge mbele misaki pesa yako ya uwizi nitabaki na yangu nilipata fiti hakuna mtu aliumia hakuna mtu alishikwa hakuna mtu alioshwa hakuna mtu alirushwa. Rise up my brother, rise up my sister, tumeshukishe tuikomeshe tuizuie. Wakidia wako chuo judilisha na hongo na mtowi bila elimu nikanetwa bila simu madhare bila wazimu shule bila mwalimu nimengoja ID nimeenda huku na huku bado mkubwa anadai toweko mimi mwenyewe uskuma wiki na ugali sukuma wiki huku ya neighbor si vitu malizo
my check.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Odwori Jagero, and this is Power Radio, the morning drive with Odwori Jagero, and I am with my co-host today, Omondi Ochoka. Omondi Ochoka, how are you doing?
Good morning, fellow listener. I'm very good. How are you?
We are coming. I hope that we had a great weekend. Everything went well. Kama ulikuwa unachukua kanyweso, I hope that you don't still have that hangover.
Yeah, the blues.
Yeah, today is coming against the backdrop of PDF, the People Dialogue Festival, that was happening at the Graduation Square, and it was fantastic.
So we need to actually make a recap on it.
Yeah, we will make a recap on it. And so today in the morning, we are having a very, very good lineup for you. We'll be discussing the report that is coming out from the Kenya Kwanza. And who? Azimio. Yeah, things have come out. One of the things that, of course, as a personally, I'm not happy with is that they had to throw out the idea of, what did they throw out?
Cost of living.
The cost of living agenda was thrown out.
Yeah.
I think this was coming from Kenya Kwanza. So I hope you're having a good morning. If you're in traffic, I hope that the traffic opens very, very well for you. If you're starting your work today, if you're starting a project, very, very, we give you well wishes. And we want to play a few songs, 2 songs, and then we will go back to talking about the local news. We have got a lot to talk about. Ochoka,
yes.
Nairobi residents rough up Kanjo for disrupting businesses. Maisha ni ngumu kwa kila mtu wamesema.
Yes.
So I hope that even though this week is going to be hard, but take heart, we are here to help each other go through this week. So let's listen to a few songs and then we'll come back. This is Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
ana pay bills za MP, senator, governor, hana voters hata attack. Semo kweli, eri anone ukiongezwa maji Kenyatta. BBI, unakosana daily na hazi atom. Stop to remarry again, stawa wezi, hawa wauaji, hawa walanguzi, hawa waporaji. Hama tuzae watoi tupunguze deni. China mfuko yangu alichinja, hela sina, mali sina, lakini nitaspeak na vina.
Hatufai kufuata mheshimiwa anunue lunch au atoe mpango. Hatufai kufuata mheshimiwa anunue lunch au atoe mpango.
Hatufai kufuata mheshimiwa anunue lunch au atoe mpango. Hatufai kufuata mheshimiwa anunue lunch au atoe mpango.
Sita stop, sita pause, sita close my eyes. Nilaiza zijazi wise, mwananchi. Mkenya ana cry, Mkenya ana cry, Mkenya ana cry. Sita stop, sita pause, sita close my eyes. Nilaiza zijazi wise, mwananchi. Mkenya ana cry, Mkenya ana cry, Mkenya ana cry.
Yeah, matazi liishangata kwa samitani dak. Wagaza kwa picha wametandaza flat. ZFP aliwaanika kubrag. Dandora crime free wakisha kukanga. Langata si ufika kila wiki sad. Wamada kuzika wakidi this young. Consider waliobaki the lucky bunch. Tulizaliwa wengi na sakadhani past. Nikawa kojela keja ni shanti slam. Madhare kwa vali na vichaji trust. Vifaa wamesunda nyuma ya kaki pants. Biladi kwara ready kudivawa. Yeah, shindwa nikoje hanamu shetani cast. Vitwa na wakati nikizivani drugs. Lipo na samra so round ni must. Must badaye misaya wafu charge.
Hatufai kufuata mheshimiwa anunue lunch au atoe mpango. Hatufai kufuata mheshimiwa anunue lunch au atoe mpango.
Sita stop, sita pause, sita close my eyes. Nilaiza zijazi wise, mwananchi. Mkenya ana cry, Mkenya ana cry, Mkenya ana cry. Sita stop, sita pause, sita close my eyes. Nilaiza zijazi wise, mwananchi. Mkenya ana cry, Mkenya ana cry, Mkenya ana cry.
Hatufai
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Nami ni nani ndo swali nauliza. Chukila tumbo imekata kushiba. Awase upo na tukanyagia. Tumechoka tunaumia. Sauti ya mnyonge na nyatasikia. Ni wapi pa kukimbilia? Slogan utumishi kwa wote. Mbona tena unyanyase mnyonge? Haki sina amechukua yote. Na nchi imepakwa matope. Wololo, wololo, wololo. Wololo ya wololo, wololo, wololo. Pinyo ketore. Wololo, wololo, wololo. Wololo ya wololo, wololo, wololo. Pinyo ketore. Tumwamini nani? Tumwamini nani? Tumwamini nani? Nani atutetee? Tumwamini nani? Tumwamini nani? Tumwamini nani? Nani atutetee?
We still not trust them. Hawatuwakilishi, kazi yao tu ni kukula. Parliament uko wera ama nikuza sura. Ulikuwa close na wananchi but tangu ofisini umaruka kaa chura. Kumbe ndo vako yako, ukiget unaishia. Then after 5 years ukikam back una expect unakuchia. Umekula zote hadi save victims umeshindwa kuwalipa fidia.
Wololo, wololo.
hao, wauaji hao hao, tajiri hao hao, bado hao hao. Wezi ni hao hao, walafi hao hao, mafisi hao hao, wauaji hao hao, tajiri hao hao, bado hao hao.
Basari ulipea mtoi wako badala ya ghetto youth. Tenda zote zilienda kwa kampuni ya you. Kumekenya the better option, tabaki tumepunguza you. Tired aditoka tunadai mse wa kudu. We want paper, tumechoka kukaudu. Unaonekana gawansa after 4 years kali pia. Services to provide na taxes tushali pia. Next time ukamkurutisha kura, mkono tunakutupia.
Wezi ni hao hao, walafi hao hao, mafisi hao hao, wauaji hao hao, tajiri hao hao, bado hao hao. Wezi ni hao hao, walafi hao hao, mafisi hao hao, wauaji hao hao.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Wherever you are, I hope that you are starting your week very well. I hope your week was amazing. This is Power Radio, and this is Power Morning Drive. Co-host today. See the sun out.
Yeah.
We are fresh. We're doing well. So today we are going to be talking about. We are starting our program today with local news. The biggest news actually today is Kenya Kwanza. New report is out.
It is out.
Yeah.
The other biggest news is doctors are actually have issued a strike note.
Yeah. But then I don't understand doctors strike because
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
yeah, I don't understand the doctors. Doctors are also there are national doctors and then there are doctors that are
The county
employed by the
government,
county government.
yes,
So which ones are going on strike?
all of them. They've been. There's a unit. The KPMDU actually is the one that has issued strike note because KPMDU is the one that entered a collective bargaining agreement with the previous regime. So there are some issues that they highlighted, particularly in terms of their remuneration, number one, and then two in terms of equipment, and then in terms of how they enroll new trainees into the
So
healthcare.
whoever is employing doctors
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter as long as there's
Is
the,
yeah, the umbrella.
is
Yeah,
fine.
yes.
Do you think that how, I don't know how the government
Not really. I think every level of government has their own scale of payment. I'm not sure. I'm not very close to it, but I think at entry level it's usually between 60 to 85 for county, and then also the other one, the national government, I think it's between 85 and 120. Speculative though. I'm not so certain about the figures.
no residents.
Mm. Mm. Mhm.
This is an issue that has been going on in
Recurring
the
for a
country
long
the push and
time,
pull
for a
from Kenya
long
that,
time. Because we've always been treating symptoms. And it's so sad. Unajua hiyo gari ya kanjo kikugonga unaweza pata tetanus. It's too old and cranky. But one thing, I think the government sometimes sets itself up. For example, I don't know if you've gone to town at 4 p.m. Now they introduced recently, I think they allow the east out the hawkers, like wanaitoga nani ya Kiswahili. So the hawkers are allowed to come to town at the pavement. In fact, they even demarcated. If you go all the way to downtown Uko side, this shrine, this Buddhist shrine, you can find PW marked. Have you seen it? Have you seen it, Bernard? I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah, so it's marked for PWD. So if you have a disability, you can actually pitch tent there and sell your stuff. But at they call watermark hours, like after 4 p.m. So this is
that's the only time that you can sell there.
yeah.
You
So
can't
this
sell there at 10 a.m.
no, you can't. So this has really created a lot of chaos.
So
Like you,
basically, when there is traffic,
when there's
people-
human traffic, there's traffic a lot, and most likely you might get business because this is also the time that hawkers do cash in on like the human traffic. But it has created a lot of chaos. Because you can imagine a pavement that is not well built, number one,
It's the same pavement that people are supposed
I
to be
start walking on, and then there's the vehicles are also moving. It's rush hour. You understand?
Yeah.
And then there's also the people doing their own stuff, like the mapinjis, the pickpocketers. So you have to lazimu kairada pia, number one, and then it's all messed up all completely. And then soon you have nowhere to put your leg, and you have nowhere to put your arms, and
You
you
know
have
what
to.
I don't understand?
Yeah. Mm,
For example, your hockey. At the end of the day, people have
right.
does it because well, yes,
Mm,
these hawkers are people
they don't.
there for hawk passes.
Mm, mm. Usually, I think they get some tolling. I don't know how the county government of Nairobi is running it, but they usually get some. I think 50 bob. You have to pay it.
Because now if Sakaja is telling us that he
Mm,
and you then I
what would be the proposal? I think the proposal would be
Yeah.
if we can. First of all, we have to really do a makeover for the pavement. Number one, so that at least it's presentable, and then also it can also allow it to accommodate the business ako ka gunia yako kadogo, and then also people can also pass. That's number one. And then number two, we can mark areas so that if you need like let's say groceries, like if have you gone to bus station, there's usually those women have sold there for years, for years, more than I've been in Nairobi. I've always seen them there. So if you can mark, like if you need groceries, you can go to this particular pavement or area or road, they need to go to that place. If you
Yes.
need women's clothes, then you can go to this particular place. There's some order in it.
Yeah.
Because order is what is missing. I don't dispute that hawkers actually is a good generation of income, because in a day they can get in some very good revenue out
But
of
you see
it.
now the problem I'm always having with hockey
Mm,
is that the idea of selling
mm,
Kenya or in Nairobi is that we must run to the person walking.
mm.
Because why do we have to go to the person walking?
So that you convince them to buy.
Yeah, but if I want to buy it to
You
make
just
it, I
walk
will
over.
buy
That's why I'm telling
I'll
you.
buy it
That's why I'm
anyway.
telling you.
If I must buy it in town, then I
Yes.
will buy it. I will look for where they buy it and sell
Exactly.
it in town.
Exactly. That's where the mapping comes in. So that if I need clothes, if I need belts, if I need, let's say, second-hand household items, then I need to go to this specific place to get that thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because like for example in Rwanda,
Mm-hmm.
there is no hockey.
There's no hawking on the street.
The people are not walking.
Mm-hmm.
People are cooking.
Mm-hmm.
People are bathing.
Yes.
People are having oil on them. There's no hockey. The idea is that we have told you, hey, that is where
Mm.
that's where you go sell your that's where you go.
And anybody wanting it
And
will
at
go
the
there.
end of the day, if you don't have onion, you're gonna say
Mm.
siku hizi where are they selling onions?
Mm.
And you will know
Mm.
where they're selling onions.
Mm.
Anyway, the month of Ramadan is coming. How do you wish what is it? Ramadan Kareem?
Brother Karim.
That's what you say.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Ramadan is a
To
day.
all our Muslim brothers and
Is
sisters.
Ramadan like you think Ramadan is like Lent?
Is it like Lent? More like Easter or something?
More like
Yeah.
the Muslim community is expected to Holy Ramadan this week. This was announced by the
On Courier.
NADCO. That fasting
Yes, sir.
okay? Okay, there is also a small piece of news of
The bunkers ABA.
uh,
Not for a while, yeah?
race to replace engineers vice Grace. Head teacher and three others arrested. Death.
No moja. I saw it. Was it a garden something? What was there?
A
The garden.
garden. Wangai Marathon held
Commemorating Professor.
Organizers of the inaugural Wangai Marathon plans over 2,000 raised. Organizers full run which attracted values. Magai was
As a pioneer Iron Lady.
yeah,
Yeah.
gave us
Mm.
set is NADCO.
Mm. Narcotics in Garissa, that's news. But I would see why
Maybe
they would do
charcoal.
that. Charcoal. I would see why. Maybe there's a rerouting of drug routes
Yeah.
from Somalia.
For people who are living in Nairobi, water and water service interruption dies it. Has not been having water.
Yeah, it's been
It has
crazy.
been very, very
Mm.
problematic. Inflation hits Nairobi's higher household hardest.
Mm.
Wenye wako kubwa, nyumba kubwa,
Fuel, yeah.
fridge kubwa, na mashine ya kuosha kubwa
Farville,
have been high.
yeah, below the
Yeah.
belt. Watu wakazane kamba.
Kazane kamba.
Mm.
The other day I was telling my wife that price 1,000 and now it has become very difficult
I feel that.
to drive around and sometimes
Yeah.
eat hard.
Yes,
Kama
yes.
uko na fridge kubwa ya
You
kubwa.
downsize kidogo.
Transport chaos looms in Nairobi as matatu. I don't know what do you how
There's just a huge, Matatu, the Matatu Association is such a huge cartel. But most of them are protesting in terms of how they mark the city, like the stages where they peak. And I think the county government has been really pushing them out of the city. Because right now, like for example, the stage 446 at Kencom.
yeah. Metolewa.
No, eco, but you can only have the vehicle that is filling at any given moment. So if you come, you find the other and is not full, you still have to round the city. And they don't want you to round once.
Yeah.
They only want you to round once. Once you round once, you go all the way out and
Yeah.
come back. Because it's created a lot of traffic jam. I don't know how we're going to sort it, but like we said, I think there's a time we were having this conversation. I think it's time we see or look at alternatives to public transport, especially metro. It's a menace. It's a menace. Yeah. When was the last time you ulipanda matatu bana?
But
Yeah.
there's matatu was
Yeah. Mm. Oh. Magari za rongai bana. Yeah. Yeah. It's too moving. We shuka bana. Ni jam. Shuka na jam. Mm.
The operators claim they fail to involve them. Road
That's very dishonest on the part. For example, there's like a road, if you are at Imenti House, I think that's the road that does gari zinaenda Westi na gari zinaenda Kahawa. I don't know if you know where there used to be Beba Tuskies. That road is really bad. And they use it. And part of the reason why that road is bad is because of these matriz. So I think it's if it's in terms of the road network within the city is to be upgraded. They're supposed to have been notified. They are notified.
sometimes you don't
Or not. I was
Jackie
just
Maribe
crying
loves
for.
government job, brother.
She did at the public minister of public service.
Former media personality Jackie Maribe has learned.
Yeah. What happened? What happened to the, because she was acquitted of the case, but the DPP was considering relaunching the case. Yeah, that is what the DPP was considering.
That's considering doing
Considering launching a case against her as an accessory, yeah. Because they,
perjury.
yes, of perjury.
And I think that we as people, if once we have, I think the best thing
Just let it go. All this. Yeah, it was a long, brutal one. Yeah.
I think Jackie Maribe deserves another special.
Yeah, they should have included that charge all from the onset, and not just waiting to witch hunt her now.
I mean, there are so
there are other better criminals actually.
Yeah,
Look for them.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So we are going to get some 2 songs, then we will come back and
Today.
Okay.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Kiumeamua kunitoroka, ikiunahisi kwamba ujisikii nami tena, napo nimekuwa ngumu kunitokeza, naona ni bora nilie leo badala ya kesho. Kupenda usipendwe ni kama kujitia kitanzi, nitajisimba na sururu kwa ardhi nikitafuta penzi lako, lilipigwa fimbo kwa mwili, sababu tajikuna ama tajikanda na maji moto, maumivu ya penzi mtu ajikuni wala jikandi na maji, na kula upasuaji yoyo. Kama kuna kosa nimewaifanya, kama kuna jinsi tunaweza leta, na kama kuna kitenda ningeweza tenda, nitafanya, nitatenda, nitafanya, nitatenda, nitafanya, nasema nitatenda, nitafanya, nitatenda. Kweli hukumbuki uliyofanya, kweli unakumbuka tulipotoka, sisi ni habari zozote za kusikia, bali kwa ushahidi niliouona. Msamaha mara ngapi umeshaomba na bado, ni makosa mangapi niliyoyafumbia macho, mpaka leo naishi kufika kikomo. Maumivu yanazidi ndani ya moyo, sitaki kwenda mbali kwani upo moyoni. Nikusamehe mimi mara ngapi we, nieleze mpenzi mara ngapi, nikusamehe mara ngapi, nipenda nikuvumilie mara ngapi, wewe nikulilie mara ngapi, sitoweza, utaweza wewe, usichoke, usishindwe, usiondoke mami, usichoke, usishindwe. Ukihesabu ni mara ngapi umenisamehe, ni kama kuhesabu ni mara ngapi mtoto karibu nepi. Usichoke, usiondoke, usilie, niko hapa kukulinda. Kama kuna kosa nimewaifanya, kama kuna kitu tunaweza leta, kama kuna kitendo ligeweza tenda, nitafanya, nitatenda, nitadududududu, nitafanya, nitafanya, nitatenda, nitadu, I swear, nitafanya. Usihesabu, niamiso, usilie, unaweza, usichoke, usishindwe, usichoke, usishindwe, baby.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Wanaweka trust kwa hela, 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 wanaweka trust kwa hela, tuliko tai sukari kwa chakula. Wanaweka trust kwa hela, 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 tuliko tai sukari kwa chakula.
Na cheki price tag before purchase, ikiweka uzito kwa budget, but then wanapika gideri na sini kibogoyo. Tactics za uchoyo, wako chat juu wezi afford club, tuko right juu you left. Anaingia kwa marriage, sex, iwe legal, we, ishika longo longo. Mbona kudu, kenye si udu, kila siku, sabieta, itumiri katishu. Msemsoko, analia njaa, sonko, ana complain of obesity, okay. Uko sensitive, kila picha ina negative. Shida wezi hata uwe actor wa Matrix.
Wanaweka trust kwa hela, 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 wanaweka trust kwa hela, tuliko tai sukari kwa chakula. Wanaweka trust kwa hela, 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 tuliko tai sukari kwa chakula.
Circumstances, inja circumference ya God, sambamba na kuva vest kwa maeskimo. Nikuwa show, nikuwa bo, mbakali electric fence, uprotect life, lakini hauko safe. From a nagging wife, kila sipi na tagging pain, ama ni recipe ya mkocho. When I'm faithful au mangi mangi, ama unajoza lojo. Zote bure, kakushoot mbu na bullet, uiue, endea ule, kabure jayo na skeleton.
Wanaweka trust kwa hela, 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 wanaweka trust kwa hela, tuliko tai sukari kwa chakula. Wanaweka trust kwa hela, 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 tuliko tai sukari kwa chakula.
Give me a voice that's louder than a whisper. Give me instruction direct from the scripture. Give me a platform like that of a teacher. Give me a chance to influence the future. Let me show you how much you matter, how even you can walk on water. Hand you your best life on a platter. Flow with it, rock with it, run with it harder. It's easy, just follow me, baby. Step one starts when you're calling him, baby. Give it everything like you're losing a baby. That's no good if you're losing a baby. Got it all planned, don't worry about it. The best is ahead, I'm sure about it. And you can trust him, baby, for whatever, cause he's the biggest boss that you've seen ever.
Hela, 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 wanaweka trust kwa hela, tuliko tai sukari kwa chakula. Wanaweka trust kwa hela, 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 tuliko tai sukari kwa chakula.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Don't you wanna let it go? Don't you wanna let it go? Gifted, you've been gifted. Show them what you're all about. Show them who's the man in town. Una bad vibes over there. Have a good vibes on Gazea. We're blowing trees in the air, stacking my fino stairs. Una bad vibes over there, have a good vibes on Gazelle. We're blowing trees in the air, stacking my fino stairs. Itapamua, Kalaya Tua, Katua. Itapamua, Itapamua.
Woke up in the morning and I'm feeling hata kama haso na ngumu, no, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling you. Najua kuna pressure but we gon' pull through. Najua ikitua mi najua itajipa. You and the crew every day you're getting richer. Kusomea chini ya mti now, see where they teach us and they been teach us. Who's the man now? Show them who the man now. You the man now, you know you're the man now. Hands down, we made it. Big smile on my face, mama's proud.
Una bad vibes over there, have a good vibes from Gazea. We're blowing trees in the air, stacking my fino stairs. Una bad vibes over there, have a good vibes on Gazelle. We're blowing trees in the air, stacking my fino stairs. Don't be too insecure, it matters you are here. It may bend you, but have no fear. Don't be too insecure, it matters you are here. It may bend you, but have no fear. 'Cause even if you're underground, Nitapumua, Nitapumua, Kalaya Tua, Tua, Nitapumua.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
A very, very good morning to you wherever you are. My name is Odur Jagero, and this is Power Radio, Power Morning Drive with Odur Jagero, and with my co-host Omondi Ochuka, the university lecturer, the man with the knowledge and the experience. How are you doing, my man?
Very good, thank you. How are
Chumvi kwa
you?
chai, sukari kwa chakula.
Hela.
Wanaweka trust kwa hela. Na cheki price tag before purchase.
Those are very heavy words. Usizione hivyo tu.
Wanapika githeri nasi ni kibogoyo, taxi za uchoyo. Wako charge wawezi afford club, tuko right juu you left. Anaingia kwa marriage sexy well legal. That's amazing, man.
Yeah. Earlier on, we also had Breathe by Seth and Kuyo. A very, very beautiful track there. It has a neo soul vibe, yeah? Yeah, that's a very beautiful track. We breathe, man. It's Monday, so you just got to ease. I know life is really hard out there. Kuna mavitu mob.
Yeah. You know, I always say that the problem that you're having at the moment, it will soon go away. There are days gone by that I remember that was so dark. But
you didn't see the window outside, man.
No, man. But the thing is that whatever situation that you are in, whatever bad situation that you're in, you always ease out of it. The environment, the energy, you know, the cosmos has got a way of taking
balancing
away
the scales.
Yeah,
Do you think it's always not as bad as we make it to be?
Our problems look bigger than, you know, it looks too big to us. If you are in a problem, it looks too big to you. The person looking at your problem might not see it as big as you see. So, like, for example, if you don't have cash and you tell the other person that I'm really, really broke, the other person doesn't see it because for some reason they're believing that, okay, it's just for today. That person is going to pay you.
It makes you remember something that Mr. Vin said regarding just generally life. It's a philosophy of life that he found really brilliant.
Yeah.
But he says when you look something closer to it, the details are vulgar. And it's also the same thing that Oscar Wilde said in his book, The Dorian Gray, that the details are very vulgar when you're very closer to something. It's the same thing that Mr. Bean said, that if you take
why
two
did you
steps
choose
back,
the word vulgar?
because details are bothersome.
Yeah.
You just the same thing you've seen.
Oh,
When they're
vulgar.
close,
Now
when
I
they're
get it. Yeah.
close.
Now I get it.
So Mr. Bean says that if you take two steps back, then this thing automatically becomes humorous. And I think it's a call out for everybody out there that if you're going
Yeah.
through something, sometimes take a humor in it.
You know, sometimes the other day,
Like I remember you always talk about the suffering of your mother. It's so sad. But then again, I look at it as like, how can you find humor in such sad
you
and
have to,
tragic
you know, for
stuff?
example, you could be having 300,000 on M-Pesa, right?
Yes.
On M-Pesa, you've got a balance of 300,000,
Mhm.
and then on M-Pesa, on another day, you have got 30 shillings, and then or maybe Fuliza, and you start really beating yourself about this situation. But then you could have 100,000 or 300,000, and you don't use it for the next 3 days. It's just lying there.
And then you take one bob and it's gone.
Oh, and then on the other hand,
Yeah.
you have nothing, and you're killing yourself over it. And you know that probably in the next 3 days
You might
there's
get something, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then you have 100,000, don't use it, and you feel so comfortable and so calm. You have nothing, and you
All of a sudden,
You're
the
so
life is not
worried.
worth it. Life is not bearable anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, wanapika githeri nazi ni kibogoyo tactics za uchoyo. Let's go to today's dailies and see what is going on. Ochuka, can you take us through this and see what is going on?
On the
daily?
Standard, on the front page, staring at the disaster. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Doctors have issued a strike.
Let me hold this for you. Doctors have issued a strike.
Yes, and this is out of, I think they're saying the CPA agreement that was done in the previous regime have not been met, the collective bargaining agreement. And
Do you know the details of the agreement?
the details, there are three major things that I can recall. One was, you see, 30% of medical staff are interns. Did you know that in public hospitals?
Really?
Yes. These are medical students who are either in residency or they are just completed their
30%.
course. 30%. So that means that if you do not actively enroll these interns to active duty, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because already the ones that are on payroll, the ones that are actually actively on duty, are overwhelmed.
Yeah.
The patient to doctor ratio, the patient to medical staff ratio is very low. That is gonna hurt medical care, especially in public sector, very bad. And then number two, they were also thinking of remuneration. I mean, for a long time, doctors are doing so much work, but the pay is very low, and sometimes it goes for a long time. It's a very bothersome issue, because back then we used to be told medicine was such a lucrative career that if you get it, there was instant guarantee of pay. But today, doctors are really suffering sometimes when we go for months without pay. And then number three, in terms of capacity building for hospitals, especially in public sectors. So those are some of the key issues that they discuss in their collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also in page 2, we have a parent has sued a school for fees arrest. This is something that has actually made the government to reconsider if they want to create a central system where people pay school fees. So the head teachers do not have direct access to school fees. I don't know whether it's a good thing. I don't know whether it's a bad thing. I don't know whether it is just reactionary. What do you think?
Yeah. Man, school, I have a lot to say about schooling and stuff.
You do. Especially boarding school.
Yeah.
But you see, these guys are taking advantage. For example, back then, I remember there used to be some 2,000 bob, which they used to call motivational school fees.
Yeah.
I wonder what it meant to motivate. I understand the intention behind it.
What is the intention
The
behind
intention is, if our class back then had 427 students, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
400 students, if they pay 1,000 bob, that's 400K.
Yeah.
A lot of money. And there was also a pledge by parents that for every A and A minus in their subjects, they would get 1,000 bob.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So there was a huge clamor in terms of how do we get this extra cream? Because to be honest, teachers do a lot of work. Number one, we understand that. They're hardly paid better or enough. So I think maybe it's just a matter of being more morally honest.
Yeah.
In terms of why do we have an extra 1,000 in the fee? And what are you going to use for it? If you just declare that it's just a motivational fee and you don't just like when we were talking about people's dialogue, you don't tell parents that, hey, we're thinking that if you could give us this, then we would be more motivated to take care of the students better. And if it's voluntary anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also we look at page 3 where we are having a man in Mwingi has pleaded with CJ Koome to help him kick out the wife.
Why?
I think it's been a long battle of divorce that has extended for more than 4 years.
So kick out means what? That they're living in the same house?
They're still living in the same house. The dissolution of the marriage is not complete yet. And then it's very funny. This is interesting. We were talking about it in the morning. Remember Isaac Hassan, the ex-IEBC chair?
Yes.
He's been shortlisted for High Court judge.
Shortlisted for High Court judge.
Number 4.
Oh my God.
Why Raila's bid is a double-edged sword. Actually, the standard is saying that if Raila wins the AU, or he loses, it's a double-edged sword. Why? Because Ruto is going to win. Ruto has entered an agreement with Raila.
Yeah.
So for Ruto,
what is the agreement?
For Ruto is a win-win.
What is the agreement?
I think it's some of dispelling the pressure that this guy has locally, domestically. So if he were to be given a bone to chew elsewhere,
there would
be much pressure locally.
Huyu jamaa anapenda kiogo sana.
That's politics, yeah.
Huyu jamaa anapenda bone sana. Yeah.
And then for him, if he loses the seat, it's going to dent his image. For example, a perennial loser. People will be saying you lose locally and you lose
internationally.
Yeah. So that's going to hurt his image in some way.
Is Raila really a loser? Anyway, let's go on with the papers.
Is he?
I don't think Raila has ever lost anything.
Systemic loser, maybe.
No, Raila has always won.
They also say don't interfere with constituency politics.
By the way, I don't mean winning votes.
Yeah.
I just mean winning in life.
Winning in life. Of course not. He's not a loser at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Suba Council of Elders tell him, Raila Odinga, not interfere with constituency politics. Number 5, page 5, disunity risks my 2027 bid, Kalonzo says. I think he has...
What is risking?
Disunity, I think, within Azimio.
Yes. There needs to be unity within Azimio.
There needs to be unity.
So
if
that
they're not united, they cannot front one strong candidate. And people are actually hoping that he would be backed by the Azimio camp. So if they're not united at all, that means, of course, his bid is injured in some way. And then also,
what is the disunity coming from?
The disunity one is because nobody knows the exact detail of the bromance that is brewing between Raila and Ruto. People are saying that most likely.
So, do you want to tell me that if the bromance can make Ruto have a say on who is picked?
Yes.
So probably pick a weak candidate.
Yes.
Mwambie bwana, let's pick Joho bwana.
Yes.
Huyu jamaa nani anamjua?
Yeah, nani anamjua. And then it gives him a very landslide win.
Landslide victory.
Yeah, and actually Ruto is actually projecting. Ruto is already in 2027 politics. He's actually reorganizing the dynamics. And that's one way of actually weakening Azimio, because people are saying that Kalonzo in himself is a very presidential candidate, but he has no grit. And
he has no support.
He has no support.
So what do you mean by a good president?
He's a presidential candidate because he's sober. He's a man of dialogue. It means that he might not have that vengeance that probably we see with regarding president.
I think he would be a very weak president, though.
Why? What do you think?
I think he
has no muscle.
He's a watermelon.
And that's exactly why people are saying that is why people are saying that if Azimio at some point presents Stephen Kalonzo as the presidential candidate,
imagine what does he stand for?
Exactly. What is his philosophy?
Yeah, what does he stand for? Because me, I just see somebody. Kalonzo is like a cat.
A flog. That's why they call him a flog.
Yeah, flower girl. He just goes with his flow. He just goes.
Do you
with
think
the flow.
that at some point as a leader you really have to mark?
You have to have teeth.
Yeah.
You have to really stand.
He's being too careful.
Yeah.
And politics demands not.
Yeah, and he's not ready to have his hands dirty on anything. He's always hiding. He's always hiding behind people.
Yeah.
You know, coming out in a press conference and beguiling us.
Speaking of which, this disunity in Azimio has also been caused. You remember after 22 elections, some of them walingia chini ya mti, walingia mitini kabisa. Kina Joho.
Yeah.
They're now making a comeback.
Because there is meat on the table.
Yes, there is meat on the table.
Yeah.
And they're actually looking at the next election. That is part of the judiciary.
Because the next election is gonna be very, very interesting, because we might have a deputy president, a woman deputy president.
Yes, most likely.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
They should bring Lupita Nyong'o to be the deputy president.
Alupi Nyaseme.
Alupi is in a relationship.
Yeah, and people roasted her.
Why are people roasting her?
You took the internet down, man. People just not happy for a girl, man.
We can't really, when somebody has decided to lose weight for whatever reason, I don't think.
What's wrong with Kenyans and bile? Just being too charged.
Because there is hunger. There is.
Is it a projection of the pain we have?
There is sexual starvation. There is food starvation. people are just hungry. People are just hungry, man. There is no rain. People are very, very hungry. And I think sometimes we really do a lot of damage online by attacking people that are very innocent. Because I feel like Lupita has never been. Lupita has just always
living a chill life.
She's just lived her life. Always lived her life.
I've never seen her in any scandal.
No. She's always really, really living her life. And it is the Kenyans picking her that much is not good. And I saw men, having those photos and circulating them. It's very dubious of us sometimes as men.
It's a bad reflection of us.
Yeah.
On 6, governors and senators feud. And this is actually hurting counties. You saw
governors and senators are feuding. We saw Sakaja feuding viciously at a hearing. I don't know what they were discussing, but I have a feel. What is his grudge with Sakaja?
And it's not something that is typical of Nairobi County alone. It's even typical in other counties. The reason is a senator is supposed to offer oversight, and also offer protective legislative protection for their county, like they bid for their counties in parliament, in the Senate. Understand? And so the row is usually.
What do you mean they bid?
The bid is for example, if there is a bill tabled in parliament, in the Senate, and it's likely to affect the county, it's upon the senator for this county.
The specific county or all counties?
All counties, and to an extent to the specific county.
Yeah.
So the senator is supposed to protect the county from which he comes or he or she comes from, and then number 2, protect the whole county system. That is their job.
I think the job is to protect the whole county system.
Yes, but no, you represent a county, a specific county.
How do they specify?
For example, if there's a bill tabled in parliament for irrigation, a senator from Kisumu comes from Ahero. Ahero is in Kisumu.
Yes.
So it's going to affect that county.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So you understand where the specificity comes in. So also there's an issue of superiority. I've always felt the same. I don't know whether you think who is superior between the senator and the governor.
The governor, when at the beginning of the county government, actually people thought that the senator was going to have more say, more money. And then they realized that, the billions are actually coming to this guy. That is why Kinarengo dropped their bids for senatorship. And ran to become governors. So I think at some point I see jealousy.
Yeah, there's also jealousy because between Sifuna,
I am the one with the money.
Yeah,
you're the one with the mouth.
Yeah, you can't tell me shit.
You keep parroting me. I'll do me. You see. So I think that is where the problem is coming from, and they have just realized that being a governor is way more lucrative. And you can see money being cutted away, but there is nothing you can do. You can only go to parliament and make noise.
Speaking of which, that is the same thing.
But anyway, what is the feud? What is the feud?
The feud is in terms of oversight and money.
Yeah.
Because now you realize that governors are spending money in a certain way. So sometimes they're called to the Senate, discipline, to tell us your case. Why was this money used in a certain way?
Oh, I see.
You see? So
was that why Sakaja was brought?
Yes. You remember there was a time they were saying there was no money, there's no expenditure on development. I don't know whether you saw it.
In Nairobi.
The money that was used elsewhere, it was in luxury, tourism, travel, and not development.
Sakaja here is the new Uhuru. Uhuru Kenyatta. Anatembea kila mahali. Mako Ghana, ko wapi.
And it's the same thing that is happening on page 8, where Kiambu ward reps are hitting out on the senator. And they're saying that the senator is plotting downfall for the governor, Kimani Wamatangi. You see, the same thing is happening in next door.
So
it means that it is an issue that is replicated in many counties.
That's a misnomer because a senator cannot plan that thing.
They can. Out of jealousy, they can.
But you'll have to talk to the MCAs.
Yes.
So that's what he's doing.
So a section of the ward reps actually.
Oh, yes. And to what gain? What does the senator want?
The senator, I don't know. Probably they also
because if the guy goes down, then the deputy comes up.
No, they're also positioning themselves for the next election,
weakening that county, and probably putting somebody that is not very strong.
Yes. So there's been said that he actually is thinking of going for the governorship in the next election. And page 9, looming crisis due to shortage of medical interns. We talked about it on page 1.
Oh man, what do you mean by medical interns?
Medical interns are those. Medicine has, like, let's say 6 years. You do. So after year 5, you become a resident. Like, you go into the hospital to start practicing. That is an intern, yeah.
So for the
year 5
next
and 6,
12 months.
Yes, and then now you get posted. So when you're posted, you are now actively on duty, assigned by the government, whichever hostel is you're under. So because there's now a shortage of interns, of course, this is like
when you say shortage of intern, do you mean that we are not having people coming from
graduating from colleges?
And why is this the case?
And yet
why are people not graduating?
One, because of a dropout in enrollment. Medicine has become very costly, number one. And then successive enrollment through the years. Like, let's say at year 1, there's 300 students in medical school, let's say in University of Nairobi. And then year 3, we only have 150. By year 5, we have 85.
Oh, I see.
So the projected number that was supposed to graduate out of that graduating year is down.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And then on the sports for
sports.
Tusker leave AFC Leopard with bad taste in the mouth after 1-0 lose.
Yeah.
And then call for dedication as Muslims start holy month of Ramadan. On the Nation, the front one says sexual abuse in school. I don't know what this is. A very prominent thing.
A boarding school?
In boarding school, especially. A host of secondary school students are suffering in silence as sex predators, including their classmates and teachers, pounce on them, with their complaints often being ignored even by their own parents. Who will stop this silent epidemic?
But you know me, I don't like boarding.
You've never liked boarding? No. I don't like boarding either.
No, I don't like boarding because boarding has a lot of ills going on.
And it's a trauma that goes all lifelong.
Yeah, you can imagine girls being bundled together in a school. It's horror.
It's horror because
they can be taken advantage of by the teachers. It can be taken advantage of by the servicemen. Taken advantage of.
Do you know that there are halls of residence called mortuary in boarding?
Halls called mortuary.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Because it's a hall. It's a hall where you see in mortuary. If you go Kenda City mortuary, say they put a slab.
Yes.
Where they just come and pile bodies.
Yes.
So these halls of residence in most colleges, most high schools, it's just one big hall. No partitioning, no privacy, nothing. You just beds all over.
Yeah.
It's very dehumanized.
That's what is there at the Lambo Boys. Yes. So it's mortuary. Still have some talk.
Very sad. Very sad.
How does this work? You have to. How do you? By the way, put on your clothes. You're all naked in there.
All naked there. Stark naked. They argue that now, okay, you are the same gender.
You're the same gender.
Should
but
matter.
there are people who don't want their dicks to be seen, even if you're the same gender.
Exactly. There's no privacy.
And I can imagine women. Women don't go around getting naked in front of each other, do they?
They do. I don't know. You should tell us. The hashtag is the Power Morning Drive.
Hashtag is the Power Morning Drive. For sure.
Again, battle for ODM Soul, Joe versus Oparanya.
I think we're going to stop it there.
Yes.
Manchester City and Liverpool went at toe. And now we have Arsenal
on the top of the league,
sitting pretty on top of the league. I hate that team, man.
You do.
With a passion. I have no love for Arsenal fans.
Not as much as you hate Manchester United.
No. I don't. Manchester United is right now toothless. You don't kick a dying dog. This is Power Morning Drive with Udurjagero and Omondi Ochuka. Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Kakuchocha sukari na kopa. Sai Kenya imejaa deni hata kwa mama mboga huwezi kopa.
Kwenye natoka kuna mandenga mafedi kudai pay hadi na life kupanda bay ngori kwa busy daily 10 millionaires 10 million beggars kweli revolution ili delay weka ngumi pale hewani tuna anthem kachwani boresha hali kwani wakipromote makali makat na bangi tuna quote Wangari Mahatma Gandhi mikono ya serikali refu sijui gani ni gani
mikono ya serikali mkono wa serikali mkono wa serikali hiyo ndio serikali
betrayal in the city kwa giza kuna nuka jasho ama iti Judas amefufuka kwa season 2 ya kuleta busu but hii haikuhusu juu yali prefer handshake mpaka economy shake tunakula maisha na salad. Daktari alidai nisikule chakula kibanda, nilimsho nimenona jua kukula nutrients za hongo. Nimechukua tende iko bongo, na mkinifuata huko nitauzia mpaka akili zenu kwa ubongo.
Shake psycho fans, greetings in quotes ndio topic ya symposium. Infected handshake, tuiweke quarantine, hata kani kuijengea aquarium. Gababila watchdog, wako in good terms sahi. Fani sana kasa maki kuhisi kiu. Sahi wana go overboard na sugar mami. Wameka mercury kwa sugar tunalia mami. Handshake, imefanya tumebaki kuulizia press ya pillowcase after jurisdiction. But tumezoea bro.
Mkono wa serikali, yeah. Mkono wa serikali, yeah. Mkono wa serikali, yeah. Hiyo ndio serikali, yeah. Mkono wa serikali, yeah. Mkono wa serikali, yeah. Mkono wa serikali, yeah. Hiyo ndio serikali, yeah.
Soundtracks accept and move on, but what happens to the dead souls? Unity kwa wengine, disunity kwa wengine. Tumefocus nao sana tukasahau the main victims in this written script. All they care about is their ambitions. We mean nothing to them, so listen. Baba si mama, baba si mama. Mama ananyokwa kinyozi, so daily nitamuita baba. Wewe ndio unajua shida mnazopitia. Listen, my silence is so loud. I'm saying everything but saying nothing at all.
Mkono wa serikali, yeah. Hiyo ndio serikali, yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Kuna watu hatari wenye mapenzi zenye serikali. Letu nalo linajua kali, penzi letu serikali. Wajua na kupenda malaika.
sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Well, you see, love makes you do crazy things. Ask my shoes, uliza kiatu, and what I went through to buy you those rings. Ask my shoes, uliza kiatu, masaibu ninayoyapitia kukupeleka dina. Uliza kiatu na kaderi ninavyokatafuna, eti ndo ukule baka pizza. Uliza kiatu. Ask my shoes, ask my shoes. Uliza kiatu, uliza kiatu. Nimekopa nikupe, kumbe wewe ndo kupe. Nang'ang'ana ndo tule juhudi zangu bure. I heard that love should always make us strong, but how I feel, I think that they were wrong. Ask me why, nasema taxi nilipe, rent mi nikupe, nywele zisongwe Mombasa, sitwene mapenzi nikupe, mpaka we unitike. Nasema taxi nilipe, rent mi nikupe, nywele zisongwe Mombasa, sitwene mapenzi nikupe, mpaka we unitike. Ask my shoes, ask my shoes. Uliza kiatu, uliza kiatu. Ask my shoes, ask my shoes. Uliza kiatu,
kitendawili,
uliza kiatu.
kitendawili. Nilimuonyesha mapenzi akanionyesha mfuko. Alisema do ya salon ni thao tu, na kwa mfuko nilikuwa na mbao juu. Alisema naenda PE, akirudi nilimpata akimeza P2. Alikutega, so niko stuck katikati kama stick ya mshikaki. Nampenda huyu mshikaji but kiatu tu ndo najua story. Yani vile mi mchocha nimemflash bahati mbaya juu niko na deni ya boba Kolimo. Yani vile mi ukanyaga matope kabla nifike kwa lami, na ile stress mi upitia kabla nimbongeshe kilami. Yani vile mi mpandisha taxi then naenda kudandia gari ya moshi. Yani vile mi umhasilia diketi wangu naanza kutoa moshi. Yani vile mi muita baby, tunajua nikimuita Njeri naanza geuka L, na hiyo moment zako nimespoil. Yani vile nimetama kali timba yangu za geuka sanda. Yani vile yani kani kukopa nimekopa, yani kani kokoka nimekoka, yani kani tisa nimepigana tu nilivishwa yake namba 8, hata usiku nipate menchora ya 8 toa moja 7. Vile nimesaga mpaka toja, nikamdanganya mimi naishigi umoja, nikamwesha mpaka mimi si mwana vioja, eti na mahakamani kusolve vitimbi za dunia bila shaka mashtaka. Yani vile tele dunia kasimama tasimama pamoja. Yani vile kama penzi ni nywele basi nimemsetia nati. Yani vile kama penzi ni kikozi basi bila shaka niko na TB, niko na fever jona niumiza. Yani vile kama penzi ni mistari basi nimemwandikia sentensi matenzi mpenzi na kuenzi vishenzi. Niko cheesy crazy mwizi au mapenzi funge, I'm guilty, you have to testify.
Ask my shoes, ask my shoes. Uliza kiatu, uliza kiatu. Ask my shoes, ask my shoes. Uliza kiatu, uliza kiatu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
A very, very good morning to you wherever you are. Kenya mzima, Africa mzima, worldwide, wherever you're listening to Power Radio. This is Power Morning Drive with Odu Jagero and Omondi Ochoka. And we are going to the tail end of our program today and to the meat of our discussion today. The report is out. Omondi Ochoka, can you pick it from there,
NADCO. So, you remember 2022 elections was very divisive.
Yeah.
It was polarized. There's a lot of contentions, especially
walisema kura imeibwa.
Kura imeibwa, server imekuwa hacked. Kuna mtu alikuwa naoga kwa server.
Hii server bwana itakuwa
Kamago, Mr. Kamago, wherever you are.
Mr. Kamago.
So we, due to the political stand that was very, very contentious,
Yeah.
there was a committee, joint parliamentary committee by Kenya Kwanza, which is in the government, and Azimio, which is in the opposition. So they came in together to discuss and have a dialogue, which is a very good background, I think. Only issue is, year in, year out, since independence, we've had lots of dialogue.
Yeah.
We've had lots of policy papers. We've had lots of commissions of inquiry. And barely do we see the fruits of this very noble initiative. Now, NADCO was out 2 days ago, and it was presented to both Raila Odinga, the leader of the New Party, and to the president, His Excellency William Ruto. We do not know to what extent this report is going to cure the ills that it's meant to cure. Now, it has proposed almost about 6 constitutional amendments, and the joint committee also says that there are 2 ways about this. That they can go the referendum way, and they can also go the parliamentary way. So I don't know which one they will choose, but the report has been sent to the parliament, and they're supposed to discuss it, and they're supposed to table in 6 bills. Amongst the key 6 bills are Electoral Reforms Amendment Act on 2023. There's also Statutory Amendment Bill. There's also the Senate Oversight Amendment Bill. There's also, in terms of how they are going to create the office of the official opposition, and they are supposed to also create a way to...
Official opposition?
Yes.
The office?
Yeah, not there currently. It's just there by ceremony, but not enshrined in the constitution.
With salary?
Yes. I think in a way it actually strengthens democracy, but there is...
How do you think it's going to look, Mr. Chuka?
It's ugly.
The opposition
on the
office.
payroll of the government.
Yeah, because Kenya can be very... Kenyan political positions can be very lucrative.
It's something good for mature democracy, but hardly for us. Why? Because most of the time when somebody is earning from the government and you are in the opposition, you're in their pocket, basically.
Are you?
Yes, you are.
Do you think they're going to deny you your salary because you are going against them?
That is why they're seeking constitutional amendment, so that whether or not you are in agreement, you are still being given the salary.
Yeah, because
the
you remember
still performs its role.
You remember they were not able to withhold the salary of Vice President William Ruto.
Yes, even though he was directly and critically against the government.
He called the Uhuru government the deep state.
Yes. So I think it's a good move. I think what it aimed to cure was the winner takes it all.
Winner takes.
And we understand that government.
It's not that, man.
It is.
What do you even mean by winner takes it all?
Winner takes it all means that the person who leads in an election, presidential election, goes with everything.
What do you mean by everything?
Everything means this guy gets to form the government. One.
Yeah. What do you form? What do you form? Even if you are an official opposition office, what do you form?
And especially because looking back, remember this report is as a result of last year's election, and in retrospect to elections before that. So looking at the last election, we had a very close margin.
Yeah,
so
200,000 votes.
Yeah, it was so hard to determine who now is the president, and the country is left very divided.
But that is democracy, right?
That is democracy, number one.
Even if I win by 5 votes,
that is it. It's still
won.
It. But it leaves a lot of heartache, and it leaves a lot of bad...
The problematic thing I see with your statement is that you're saying that the winner takes it all, by the winner, you mean the opposition leader. Because that's, if he's given an office, that's just what he has. There is nothing he has. I mean, the government has got hundreds of parastatals to their name. They have all the ministries. They have everything. So I think it's very simplistic to say that
the winner takes it all.
That they have gotten something simply because they have been given the office of the opposition. And how about the voters that have lost?
I think ideally, you're looking at it in terms of the extra polity, but I'm looking in terms of the office itself.
Remember, or a feel-good factor after the election.
Yes, and it's very important psychologically. Because we understand that elections, especially in Africa, are always very highly contested.
Yeah.
And there's usually never a clear winner out of it. There's usually a lot of like tangles, like who really won?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think if we can actually implement the role of the opposition very well, then we can actually see.
How do you envision it?
I feel like
they're going to have like a residential home.
Most likely
somewhere in Lavington.
The thing is, these people still enjoy even without the office.
Yeah.
So the office being there is more of like a formality.
Sometimes I feel like all the government offices, the county government offices controlled by ODM. It's government.
Why do you think so?
Because it teach 10 million from anybody.
You give it to me.
Give me 50 million. Or you are not seeing that election next time.
Well, I think it's also very.
Yeah.
What I don't like about the NADCO report, it seems, and especially when we were talking.
But anyway, you are lining them up. You see, there was the office of the opposition.
Yes,
to be entrenched in the constitution. Then there is
the Senate Oversight Amendment Bill.
What is this?
Well, just like what we were talking about between Sakaja and Edwin Sifuna, we realize there's a lot of tension between these two officers.
Yeah.
And I think that they're trying to align better so that there's no more friction between governors, senators. Because one of the key roles of a senator is oversight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they cannot perform their roles well, or if they go extra in terms of blurring the lines between their roles, then one level of government is going to suffer.
What is the difference between MCAs as an oversight?
MCA, it's limited within the county.
And
MCA is limited within the county. Senators links between the county government.
So
and
if you're a senator and you see a problem in the government of Kericho, you can always raise it.
That's one of the ways you can raise it in the Senate, or you can also table through representation of the ward reps in the county assembly.
Yeah. And then there is
there is also
restructuring of the IEBC.
Yeah, the restructuring of a very contentious issue.
Oh my God. What is the problem with the IEBC right now?
IEBC.
The committee recommended the reconstitution of the IEBC selection panel, comprising 9 members. What does that mean?
One, I think they want to avoid a similar situation where last year, in the last election, they were thinking of creating an election within an election.
Yeah.
When elections are conducted and the votes are tallied and the results are trickled in from various grassroots levels, and they come to Bomas where they usually where the final tallying is done, I think the role of the chair is to announce the results as they have received them. But there was a bit of a loophole within that role as to, can the committee agree as a whole and then present and tell the chair, now you go announce it.
Yeah.
But what does that create? Does it mean that now it's the committee to decide now, we've received the results, but we don't agree with it? Let's first go to a chamber somewhere and agree which results to present.
Yeah.
Or the chair, which from my knowledge, I think a chair represents the outfit. For example, just like a VC represents the university. So a chair of a commission or a chair of, let's say, parastatal or a board, it represents the whole board. So if he acts on behalf of the board, then that word is supposed to be final in itself.
Yeah.
So, but I think what another big issue within the selection of the panel is, how are these people selected?
Yeah.
Number one, are they qualified? Because you could see
naonanga two parties wanasema sisi
tumefill in this person.
Yeah.
But are they qualified?
What are they supposed to do?
For example,
what are they supposed to do?
For example, IEBC conducts, let's say, they need a forensic auditor.
Yeah.
They need somebody who's very good with statistics and data. They need somebody who's very good with cybersecurity. They need somebody good with political governance and then also legislative.
But aren't they supposed to be staff or the commissioners?
No, but ideally, when
so you're saying You're saying that for you to have a good result, then you must have a commissioner
yes.
that has got a little bit of knowledge about the server.
I think
so he can interrogate.
Yes.
He can look at them and probably pick out something.
Yes.
And say, I don't think there is an anomaly in the data that I'm seeing.
Yes. Do you remember this lady was presenting the very funny math, and she was really mocked about it?
Yeah.
So if that is a commissioner within the IBC, and she's very clueless about whatever she's speaking. And remember, this is something that is very divisive. This is something that was hotly contested.
Yeah.
There is something that could actually push the country into violence.
To the precipice.
Yes.
And here you are giving very wrong mathematical.
Yes, very wrong stuff. And you're confident about it.
I get what you mean.
And then there's also the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Bill amendment. We know why that has been a year in, year out issue. Whether you bring Professor Lumumba or you bring in the former ACK, nothing has changed.
Nothing seems
nothing
to
has
change.
changed.
And I think the problem is that we think that these chairmen are coming with any sort of powers. They are very powerless, I think.
Because of the swamp. And that's why at the Power Morning Drive today, we are interrogating how good are these reports, these commissions, this tabling of reports that we keep on doing every year in, year out. We understand the motive. We understand that they are very noble initiatives that actually could make our country better. But we see that there's a big misgiving between how they are implemented. And if at all, the political goodwill in terms of their implementation. Yes.
I see what you mean. I like I was telling you before we got into the studio, I think that so long as we have bad actors, people that don't love their country, people that are there to cater to the needs of individuals outside, whether they are politicians, whether they are commissioners, whoever they are, or whether they are the deep state or whatever. I think whatever stopgap that we create is not going to help. I think that as a chuka, first of all, you must understand that I'm doing this for my country, and I'm doing this for the good of my country.
The conviction is there.
Yes, the love for my country, and I don't want to do something wrong. You remember when Trump was trying to, hijack the election, there are so many people in the government that said, look, I am not going to do that for you. The Attorney General refused to do a few things. The Vice President refused to do a few things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There are so many actors that refuse to side with Trump. And that is how ultimately Trump's agenda of averting the Constitution failed. So if you do not have people who can stand up to elected officials and say, no, that is wrong, and I am not going to do it. The other thing is that if somebody, as a country, if somebody does something wrong, like I expect punishment if you do something wrong. If you go,
there's supposed to be a repercussion, a consequence for you.
If you go and announce elections at 6 p.m. at night, somewhere hidden, then there must be consequences for it. If whatever happened, like for example, in the last election, there are almost 6 commissioners or thereabout that said that the elections were not right, that they were stolen. I mean, was that investigated? There was no investigation. The question is, were they genuine? Did they actually think that the elections were stolen, or they were representing somebody outside the IEBC?
The proxy to a commission which is supposed to be independent.
Yes. Were they Azimio proxies? Were they actually telling the truth? So we have a lot of commissioners coming out and disparaging the election results, and we have never known as Kenyans what exactly went wrong, whether they were just acting on behalf of Azimio or there was something really rotten going on at the IEBC. We have never known that. And we know some of them went back to work there. And that really touches on our integrity as people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They are saying that this was rotten, this was hijacked, but they are back there working. What are they doing there?
What are you doing back there? You should have quit.
You should have quit.
Yeah.
But you see, they are going for the butter and the bread.
So you are saying that the moral compass of our nation is missing something.
That is the problem that I feel like, because we are doing all these things, we are doing all these recommendations, we are changing the constitution. I mean, Ruto himself right now took the Bible and said that I am going to abide by the constitution during his inauguration, and the court is telling him, look, we are not going to allow you to send police officers to Haiti.
You're not
And
allowing
he's
you
saying,
to
I'm
house
going to
levy
do
fund.
it anyway.
You're going to do it anyway.
You know,
there's nothing you're going to do.
So they are is abusing the constitution.
Absolutely.
In a very crass way. And well, he's saying that I'm going to protect Kenyans. I mean, the protector of Kenyans is the constitution,
And yet he's
not an
supposed to be the
individual.
first defender of the constitution.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't need your protection. We need the constitution to protect us. Because the police officers, when they have been given the directive by the government of Kenya, you must go
You
to
obey
Haiti.
it, yes.
If you don't want, you want it, you must go there. But who is going to protect the police officers? It has to be the constitution. If the police officers wake up tomorrow and say, the court has stopped it, oh, hallelujah. And then you have superiors telling you must go to Haiti. So how can he claim that he's protecting the people? Let the constitution protect the people. And that is why I think and this is the problem that I've always had with the opposition leader, Raila Odinga, that we really can't tell where this gentleman stands. Yeah, we really can't
Such a
tell.
chameleon.
Yeah, we really can't tell because, for example, the biggest problem that we were discussing about this report is that the biggest problem why Azimio was on the streets. What was the biggest
cost
problem?
of living?
And then they go there to dialogue,
And trade it off.
and then they throw it out. So why were they there?
And if you look at most of the issues that are actually affected, why Kenyans are so angry, why Kenyans are so disillusioned, is cost of living.
Is the cost of living.
So if you were to support it, and then also the thing is, remember the tussle when there was a lot of mandamano.
Yeah.
KK kept on asking Azimio, if you have an alternative, please give it to us. You understand? And yet, this very serious issue is now thrown out of the window. Is it a window? I don't even think it's a window.
Yes.
The whole building, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now it's no longer in the building at all. It's not
So
discussed.
now they are going around and telling us that now they are going to be talking about the reconstitution of the IBC. This has been Raila's song for the last 30 years. The idea of IBC, the idea of IBC,
Ethics, the idea
ethics,
of there's also national government coordination within the NGO, CDF. They're actually planning of revamping it. There's just a lot of amendments, and I'm wondering. This is the same thing you said. That I usually think that our constitution is amongst the most progressive constitutions in the world, really.
Yeah.
And if we were to adhere to the spirit of it, to what it was created for, it would make tremendous leaps.
Look at even how the length that we have gone to protect the county money, and still there is pilferage.
Yes, we're not using it.
Yeah.
We're using a very small percentage. The rest usually goes to waste.
Yeah. So
and yet now they're claiming that you need to add from 15, you need to add not less than 25. Remember, the 15 that were being given, I always have a problem when people say that, for example, that give me this job so that I go help Raila fight for a bigger battle. You understand? This is an MP talking. This is an MCA talking. And an MCA has, for example, their kitty. They have their own kitty. They have their own instruments of power that they can exercise within the county assemblies in terms of budgetary allocation. So if they're given the 15% and they're not utilizing it well, what guarantees that they will utilize 25% more?
They cannot.
They cannot.
It's overwhelming. The amount is overwhelming for them. Because first of all, I don't know how they do their budgets. It's something that we need to research on and probably talk about how they research on this project. I think one of the things we should be doing in this the Power Morning Drive is to come up with, to research on what is really going on in this country at the county level, even at and then really talk about these issues. Like you see, like Kina Orengo just now, I don't know what they're doing down there,
And you see the squabbles that is ongoing at Meru County.
There is
all the
always,
same.
and if you look at the squabbling, it is all about the resources.
Yes.
But there are a lot of things. Right now, doctors are not being paid at the county level. I mean,
ECD teachers are not being paid.
Are
Some
not
of them
being
have not been
paid.
posted.
You know?
The dispensaries are not being staffed. There's no medical equipment.
But also, what I don't understand is that who provides oversight for the county government?
The Senate.
No,
The
forget
Senate.
about the Senate. The Senate is a toothless dog. Who exactly does this?
The controller of budget. She's called. She was on the news very recently.
The controller of budget.
Yes. Or the auditor general.
Because I think that the people that would do a very good job at doing that is the ACC.
Now, that is where 5 key institutions come in. That's the ombudsman, there's the controller of budget, there's the auditor general, there's the EACC, and then there is the court system. Understand? So when there's a dispute, the controller of budget says, I have given you 15 million. The auditor says, you were given 15 million, but we see that only 2 million has been used purposely. Then it goes to EACC. Was there misappropriation? Were funds embezzled? Then it goes to the court. The court determines. And then there's a consequence for accountability.
Yeah.
Understand? So there's a checks and balance. All these key institutions need to be very independent, and they need to be.
What happened to the case that was involving the former Nairobi governor?
Mike Sonko.
No. The other one.
Kidero.
Yes.
It was thrown out.
All of them?
Yes.
All of them?
There's no consequence at all. Only one of the cases is still pending there, but it's supposed to be determined, I think, around July. After 4 years.
Is it 4?
4. But the last time it was had in court.
But Kidero was 10 years ago.
Yes, but now the last time that case was had actively in a court was 4 years ago.
Wow.
So you can see it is deliberately being dragged, and there is no justice for it. And sometimes I usually feel that when justice is delayed, it is not served at all.
This is Power Morning Drive. Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
massive tight. Mother out, high five. Nah, so tea like that. Shamba tena tea like that. Ataka massive tight. Mother out, high five. Nah, so tea like that. Shamba tena tea like that. Ataka massive tight. Mother out, high five. Nah, so tea like that.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Stay in the moment with complete control.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Inchi ya upendo, inchi yangu. Inchi ya uzalendo, inchi yangu. Nalia napigania inchi yangu.
Barabara za mitaa, Catherine dereva ziko wapi? Zina pothole pale wape Kingston, Uhuru Highway. Magari ziko juu, wazing wana move, mikono ikiwa juu. Tumebaki kwa mataa, street tumejaza hata bila light. Vijana kunyanyaswa juu ni waras, ati ule alibakwa pale chini kwa kibanda. Mama mboga hana nyota, itabidi amesota.
Inchi ya amani, inchi yangu. Inchi ya upendo, inchi yangu. Inchi ya uzalendo, inchi yangu. Nalia napigania inchi yangu.
Taxpayer anavaa patipate, MP ako pale pate after party. Youth man ni ya rumande, mwana siasa ako nje na bonde. So much inequality, too much injustice. Me fight for equality, demanding for liberty. Juzi walikamna miradi mtaani, mboga tuna kazi tumeachwa mashakani. Kilio tunalia wakizidi mia vitambi, wako tu kwenye kambi zao wakihesabu mali. Kesho watakam wakituitisha kura, hawajajua miaka zote ni nini tumekula. Wao pana jali 10 years imepita na ako tu sure ye bado atapita.
Inchi ya amani, inchi yangu. Inchi ya upendo, inchi yangu. Inchi ya uzalendo, inchi yangu. Nalia napigania inchi yangu. Inchi ya amani, inchi yangu. Inchi ya upendo, inchi yangu. Inchi ya uzalendo, inchi yangu. Nalia napigania inchi yangu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right. A very good morning to you wherever you are. This is Power Morning Drive, Power Radio with your host, Udur Jagero and Umondi Ochoka. Umondi Ochoka, we were at the PDF, the People Dialogue Festival.
Mhm.
You know, what did you think about it?
I think it is a good initiative by the Center for Democracy. And it's been going on for the last 4 years. So that means we are supposed to make it a culturally sensitive to our needs.
Yes.
And how we want to chart path, especially as a youth and political actors and agencies. I liked how they are bringing people together. I didn't follow up to the very end of how, because ideally, all these outfits, all these organizations, establishments, are supposed to come together and reflect back, maybe even come up with thought,
Yeah.
something that needs to be done or an actionable plan out of this festival.
Yeah.
so that when the next festival comes, they say we in the last festival we outlined that these are the things we need to do.
Yeah, there
Did
should
we
be
do them?
a report coming from
Yeah,
that.
did we do them? Did we achieve some of them?
Yes.
And what do we need to do better in the next maybe the next festival? But I like generally the festival, the idea it presents, and the hopes it has for political governance.
Yeah, I just wanted to PDF festival. I just wanted to
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Yeah, so I just wanted to read a little bit about what the PDF is and what it stands for. And then we can say adios for today and look forward to Wednesday when we come back in the studio. So Power Morning Drive is a program at Power Radio that happens 3 times a week. Power Radio is a new radio station, that is exciting, that is talking about trending issues, that is talking about things that matter to us. Okay. I wanted to go to, I can't find it. Benna, can you play us a song as a
I dream of a sky where the light never died down. I'm awake in my sleep.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Yes, I want to talk about the objectives. The overall objective of the People Dialogue is to provide a platform for political parties and other actors, both state and non-state, to be in dialogue on governance reforms and socio-economic issues, as well as to safeguard democratic gains. Specific objectives of the 6th edition that we were to deepen meaningful inclusion and public participation, to distill a reform agenda that political parties and other state and non-state actors can adopt. There was to improve citizens' understanding of governance, to advocate for issue-based politics. So that brings us to the end of the Power Morning Drive, at Power Radio. I hope that you enjoyed this topic. And if you have a comment you want to be hosted at this show, please reach out to us or through the Power 254 website. You can call and we can always connect and discuss the things that affect this country. I have been with Omondi Ochuka, the man with the knowledge. Omondi Ochuka, thank you very much for coming. And
it's been an honor to be here on the show, Power Morning Drive.
The hashtag, what is the hashtag?
The hashtag is Power Morning Drive.
Yep.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
I dream of a sky where the light never died down. I'm awake in my sleep and I'm falling to the ground. I want the answers to the questions of the reactions, whether it makes sense or the path is fatal attraction. Is it the whiteness of the cloud or the steam in my mirror? Is it the broken of a glass? Could it be more clearer? 'Cause I feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. Through the rain and the hail and the fire, through whatever they bring, till I get my desire. Is it the whisper of an angel or the pounding of my heartbeat? Is it the playing of a record where the drumming in the bass meet? 'Cause I feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong.
One minute that out. lakini usikise mtu wangu kuna venye nimekafunga Ramadhan wete ni sahau tunikingia kwa booth mule boy ukikizo masnia design ya Chucky Chan sotam nikate mguu amwezi ni defeat finya backspace kwa comp wezi ni delete kuja na pinye still amwezi kuni beat na hizo wealth zote mkonazo amwezi kuni reach wanadai mini mskini I need to gain some weight mini maskini mapocket needs to gain weight cause raha wanabonda after raha wanahara wanakonda kangonda mini hustling daily kukula smart make sure nimenona kuliko anaconda siku wakiniona ni sura wanakuaga wamebonda hizo mipaka tunazivuka bila bada
no one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying not too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so high. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. No one can stop me even if they try. I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so high. Beat me down, I'll stay strong.
Don't let discouragement get in life.
From sunrise to sunset.